Hey guys, what's up? It's Sunny, and welcome back to episode 7 of my podcast, Sunny's Geeky Grove. Today we are going to be talking about Dead by Daylight. But before we get into that, why don't you go ahead and smash that like button? Chances are you're going to like this anyway, I'm sure of it. Make sure you obliterate that subscribe button and destroy the heck out of that bell icon to turn on notifications. Alright, so let's just jump into this. So, Dead by Daylight was released on June 14th in 2016 by Behavior Digital Inc. It is a horror survival game. It definitely is a type of game where it's asymmetrical, again, kind of like Friday the 13th, but obviously, this came out first. And you have one person playing as a killer and then 4 survivors. It's a lot of fun. Basically, the only objective is to escape. So if you're playing as the survivor, you load in, you can use certain items to increase your longevity in the game, hopefully. There are toolkits, flashlights, medkits, add-ons for those. There are offerings that you can offer up at the beginning of a match, and it goes to the entity, which is what the killer is sacrificing the survivors to. And with those, you can make it so that you spawn furthest away from the killer, or increase the density of the fog, decrease the density of the fog, and making it so that you could spawn by another survivor, things like that, or increase blood points earned for certain types of activities like repairing boldness, helping others, things like that. So they are stackable. So if, say, all 4 of you offered up something to increase the fog density, then it's gonna be real foggy. It's gonna be so foggy. And that adds a very customizable element to the gameplay. As far as the mechanics, basically, you're just trying to start generators. So you hold down the R button, you repair the generator, the right bumper button, obviously, is what I meant. As far as on, the Xbox, which is where I mainly play, which is where you're seeing this gameplay footage from. And if you have a toolkit, like a toolbox, you would hold down the R trigger to repair using the toolbox, or you could repair without it, save that, and hold down the R bumper. Items like that are consumable, so if you use it during a match and you escape and you still had some left, you didn't use it all, great, you keep it just at whatever level it's at then. But if you die and you had a full med pack on you, but you die, you were sacrificed to the entity, womp womp, it's gone. It's consumed at the end of the match, which makes it so that you have another layer of urgency and working together and trying to figure out how to best survive and run away. And should I be bold and continue to keep working even though I hear the killer's music? I don't know. So that's one of the best things about that strategy type game play comes into effect when you do that. So another great thing that they have are a wide variety of killers. I think I'm going to focus on the killers first here. So there are a ton of killers, and they've added more as DLC, where you get new maps and such like that. And the DLCs are, I think they're normally about $5 on all platforms, which this game is available on Xbox, PS4, and Steam. So they have these new characters like Freddy Krueger, Michael Myers, Leatherface, Jigsaw. I think it's the pig face, so Amanda. And then more recently, they just released Ash from Ash versus the Evil Dead as a Survivor DLC. I believe that's the first one that they've had like that. I'll talk about the survivors in just a second. But so with the killers, you get the new killer, the new maps, and then the new mechanics for the killer. So some killers have special little things, like they have the witch who can make you crazy, make you see things. She can plant hexes on the ground, and when you walk over them, a visage of her appears where you think, oh God, she was hiding. Nah, fam, that's just her little spell, her hex. There's the doctor type one who can make you hallucinate that the other survivors are in pain and are hurt on the map and going crazy, and it makes you insane. You can be hexed, and it changes where your skill check pops up on the screen. It makes you more easily terrified, things like that. So you have these different ways to play as a killer if you so choose to. I don't think I've played as a killer more than once. I played as the Huntress, and apparently she's very hard to play as, and it was my first time ever playing as a killer, so that was a poor mistake on my part. Poor choice on my part. And I did not kill anybody. I did not get anybody sacrificed. They all escaped. I did a little bit of damage, though. I did wound one of them. I remember that. But, yeah, no one was sacrificed to the entity. It was very upset with me, and I don't blame it. I did not do my best. But I do prefer to play as the survivor, which, in my opinion, is a lot more fun. And I think that for me, it's more fun to play as a survivor because I like teamwork and I like to help other people out as much as I can. So when I'm playing as the survivor, if I see somebody or I hear somebody working on another generator, then I will make my way to them and help them out if I can. Normally, I pass skill checks pretty consistently. Sometimes, you get too amped up and into it and you fail left and right. So that's a possibility that happens. I also play as one of the characters that can self-heal because it's a lot easier to heal yourself than trying to find a med kit or other people. And that way I don't have to be a burden on other people. If they have a med kit, they don't have to worry about me. I can handle it myself. I can take care of myself, and I can pick myself back up by the bootstraps and run back to another generator and just go over from there. A lot of times if I have gotten to the exit and opened it and all of that, and I know that I'm not the first person to, or that I would be the first person to escape, I usually hang out and I wait. I see if other people are down, see if other people need healing, need a distraction. I'm not necessarily like the best at juking the killer, but I want to make sure that everybody gets out. So I don't know. I try. I try my best. And it really is a game that I feel would benefit from having area mics enabled, but the downside is they don't. So even if you have a mic plugged in, even if all four of you have a mic plugged in and you're a survivor and nothing, no, just silence, no mic support. So that is one of my biggest gripes about it. Is I understand why they don't allow being able to talk between the survivors, and even the killer would be able to hear you and would be able to talk. I get it. It's more of that immersion aspect being brought into the game. You wouldn't really talk. You would whisper, maybe, or you would use hand signals if you were trying to repair the generator. But at the same time, I want to be able to say, hey, Freddy Krueger's behind you, and why don't you run to the left, I'll run to the right, and we'll see what's going on. So I think that it would have benefited from that. It's a lot more frustrating and difficult when you say you want to discuss options like that. So then you invite the other players to the party. Well, so then you make a party chat, a voice chat. And then at the end of the game, you start matchmaking again. Well, you're not going to get pulled in with them. You're going to get 3 new people and a new killer. So then you would have to invite the party to play. And it's a lot of extra steps. And it's not worth it at that point. I find myself, I've played like once with a buddy. And oof. Yikes, it was a pain to sit there and invite. And okay, all right, well, now I'm sitting here waiting for you to escape or die, even though I've died and I've been dead for 5 minutes and you're still going. So then it gets boring. I've done that once. That's it. So it's not a very sociable game, which is sad because I do enjoy the social aspect of video games, especially obviously in multiplayer games. This is like a single player multiplayer game. It really does, despite the fact that you want to work together, it doesn't allow you to work together to the best of your ability. If it had area chat, just where, you could just talk in game, talk to whoever's next to you. Even if that area of effect was only, 15 feet in game, that would still benefit because then you would be able to see someone's mic pop and know, okay, I'm getting closer to someone. Okay, it's getting louder. It's getting louder. Okay, where are you? What are you hiding behind? What are you searching? Are you working on a generator? You'd be able to talk like that. And ultimately, that would be for the best. And it would make the game more of a let's work together. Let's get this killer, distracted. Why don't you go over here, go blow up that generator a few times since you know how to run around and juke him and really you can survive. You can live. Let me go and take the long, arduous process of repairing the generator off your hands. I'll get them repaired. You go, you be bold, you get that, teamwork stuff going on over there by distracting him. I'll do this, and then we can help the other one over there if they get hooked. Things like that. Having that aspect would have improved the game tenfold, in my opinion. It is a lot of fun. It is a game that I really enjoy playing. I don't find myself being drawn to it all the time because it's a pain. It's a long process to hit Y to find a lobby. Okay, I found a lobby. Now we're going to sit here and wait until there's 4 people and a killer and okay, all right, we've been in here for 2 minutes. Okay, all right, we finally got everybody. Everybody's readied up finally. It's counting down 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Now it's a loading screen for about 45 seconds to a minute and a half. And it's just, it takes so long to get into a game and then you can die within the first 2 minutes. At least you don't have to sit there through the whole match till everybody dies or escapes in order to get your blood points, which is like XP. And then you can just, okay, cool, I've died. All right, I'm going to dip. I'm going to find a new lobby and start the process over. So it does have that going for it, but it's still so frustrating. So very frustrating. But I do think that legitimately having Ash versus the Evil Dead Ash as the new DLC, the new Survivor. I think that it'll be a lot of fun. And it might be the first DLC I've ever purchased for this game. I don't play it enough to actually want the DLC. And plus they're mainly just killers. But Ash is a survivor, and I always play survivors. And I mean, the Evil Dead series, come on. It's me, it's your girl Sunny. I talk about horror all the time. I'm doing creepypasta narrations. Like, I dig horror. So the fact that I can have a survivor and it's Ash and it's from the Evil Dead series and just, I want it. So I think I might get it. It's only $4.99 on all platforms. So it's kind of, I think, worth it. But it's also not. I also have a really hard time with DLC. I don't typically purchase it just because I feel like it's purchasing an unfinished, intended to be in the main game part of a game. Kind of like The Sims. The Sims 3, I bought a lot of DLCs. But The Sims 4, I have the base game. That's it. Except on the Xbox, I did actually buy the deluxe edition when it came out on the Xbox, which came with, like, the city living and something else, and I've purchased, like, the vampire pack and the romantic card and stuff. Vintage glamour. Alright, so I'm a sucker for DLC on, like, The Sims and Fallout. The Sims and Fallout and Bioshock and Skyrim are the games I basically always buy DLC for. Or will always buy DLC for, I'm sure. As long as it looks entertaining and looks fun, looks like it's worth the value, because sometimes they are not. So it really depends on that. And that's my rant and tangent on DLC. But it's your money, your choice, in your gaming experience, your fun. If you want to buy DLC, I support you. Because you know what? Video games are about having fun, about escaping your real life, about immersing yourself in a story in a new world. You deserve to enjoy that. If you want to enjoy that by getting DLC, I support you. I support you so hard. Okay. Well, that's where I'm going to wrap it up today. Again, Dead by Daylight was released in June of 2016 by Behavior Digital Inc. It's an asymmetrical horror survival game where you can either play as a killer or a survivor. It is definitely jump scary, so make sure you remember that. I'm going to link to a video down below. LeMay Sahara posted a video with all of the killer trailers, current as of February 2018. Link is going to be in the description. Once again, if you liked this video, make sure to like that, press that, smash that like button, obliterate that subscribe button, and destroy the heck out of that bell icon to turn on notifications. I've been your girl, Sunny. This has been Sunny's Geeky Grove Podcast, Episode 7, and I will see you next Tuesday at 4 p.m. Eastern.